Okay, hi there people. This is a video which is going to explain to you how to get set up with your Faction Guerrilla, which is a little tool I've made to edit Red Faction Guerrilla, edit some of the variables and just make the game a bit more playable. It's very in development at the minute, so in fact it's only on the first release at the moment, so there may be problems. You can also refer back to this. I don't foresee the setup changing with later versions, and this is a very good little setup for it. Okay, so from wherever you've got it, you've got the YFG RAR, in this case it's version 0.01. That's a bit of binary if ever I saw it. And I'm going to extract it. You need to extract all the contents. Yeah, we'll do it to that. We'll do it to a folder called the same thing. Oh, I really need to register. Apparently 134 out of 30. That's 4 times too long. Right. Okay, so we now have a folder from our downloaded RAR file called YFG. It doesn't matter where this is. For some reason it's got YF test here. I must have buggered that up a bit. I'll fix that before the release. When you go into the folder, it should present you with this sort of setup. You've got an exe and 3 txt files. Right, now all of the files that are here are very necessary. The one to point you to first is rfgexe.txt, which is a text file which, if I can but bring the damn thing over, it's a text file with directories in it. For me, it's got the ones that my Red Faction is in, because I've got it retail, it's in program files. If you have it on Steam, it may be a Steam path that you need to put in there, but you need to make sure you can do it from the Red Faction Guerrilla thing. Click on the properties for wherever your shortcut is, and don't take the RFG launcher exe bit, but take the rest of it, which of course in my case is exactly the same thing, all the way, the full path from the C, or whatever drive number it is, right through to Red Faction Guerrilla / I think you need the / on there, I'm not too sure. If in doubt, like I've done, put it in with both and without, but there's no need to paste mine in there because it's already in. When the program runs, it will check these locations for the Red Faction Guerrilla exe, and of course the subdirectories where it's going to be putting things in and out of. Okay, so it's run now. Well, it's going to run. There's a readme in the version targets, just play with them at your leisure. The next thing to do is to run the actual program and enjoy the intro and the effects and everything, which took a long time to code. You can actually press escape to fast forward past it. I'm going to let it run because I like it. Also, I made it as well. Okay, so first thing to do is going to the setup directory. The tools, it should say tools found. If not, you may need to click on the download tools link to go to the web page to get Jim's tools from, and you put them in the pack and unpack directories as demonstrated here. Okay, the RFG folder. Now, if rfgexe.txt is filled in correctly, that should go to rfgexe located, as mine has. There will also be a sound that repeats in the background because I'm a bit of an amateur coder in some respects and haven't sorted that bit out yet. Once again, okay, generate bats, it says not found, and that's perfectly normal because we need to generate them based off where your rfgexe is and where the tools are. So just go ahead and click that now. It will say this in making bats and installing risk active folder. Now, whenever you do anything in the program and it opens a little black window like that, don't do anything else until you're back in the program. Okay, and now we can see that we've got our extra buttons for running pack and unpack. You don't really need to run pack from there, that will just compile everything. But you can do that from the main menu and it will actually work better, because it will save the variables that you're editing first. Running unpack.bat is a good option, That only needs to be done once to actually unzip all the files that you're going to be editing from the MISC folder. But you can run it again, and it will, it will just take everything back to the default variables. But those should, or possibly are already, coded into the main program. So these two buttons here don't work at the minute, toggle sound and load GFX, but hey, nobody's perfect. Okay, go to you can definitely hear the sounds now, the effects. You've got the extra button, mod weapons. So if you... that was quite loud. First time we could probably put that little list of numbers like it did just then. And now here you can go and select things like charge placer, take the max normal ammo for that up to that, and the upgraded ammo of course has to be more, so let's increase that exponentially to about 9,999. The physical mass, let's bump that one up, and the throw speed, I haven't tested that one yet. I put it in, but you need to actually modify two variables, which I think I've told the program to do. So these are the values. You've got these buttons, plus and minuses for 110 and 1. Hold your mouse down on them and the speed of the increments will increase. Default should take a value to its default value, as in the one that YFG comes with normally, and the undo button should take it back to whatever the last variable was, which in this case is still going to be 18 because we haven't saved any changes at all yet. Okay, so we've done that, we've altered some variables there, ammo and the throw speed and the mass. Let's also go for the M16 and the max normal ammo 120. Shots in clip, let's change that to 640, why not, and the max normal ammo, stick that up to that, and the fire rate, let's reduce that to that. Oh, and we've got all the damage variables, but we'll leave them as they are. Oh no, why not? Damage for NPCs, it's gonna be an insta-kill weapon. Okay, main menu button, that needs shifting. Okay, we've made some changes now, so from the main menu, you can click on compile all changes. One thing to note, and this is very important, don't hit the little red X in the corner. If you do that, any changes that you've made will be lost. They will not be saved, and it may actually screw up with the program. I haven't tested that fully yet. I'm on a bit of a tight time limit at the minute, so I can't. Okay, but that's sort of, yeah, don't hit the red X. Right, so we'll go ahead and compile now. And it will at this point open another black box window. Don't do anything else with this program yet until it's finished. What this will do is pack up all your changes into the original MISC file, and it will then copy that over the one which is in the Red Faction Guerrilla data directory. Now the unpack BAT, which runs automatically when you click on the create bats in setup, actually runs the unpack straight away, and it does create a backup for the BATs, which if I can find it, it's in this one, should be called YFG unpack, or oh yes, YFG back misc.vpp.pc. That's the original file there. If you want to uninstall the tools and go back to how it normally is, you've got that there. Okay, so the black box has disappeared. I'll close this now. I'll do it properly actually. Exit. Yes, it seems to have frozen, which isn't actually part of the program. Interesting. I think that's possibly because of this recorder that I'm using. Right, okay, let's go ahead and run the file. Run Red Faction Guerrilla now, just from default. All these menus up, which will bypass. Oh, and also, the splash screens, you can bypass them straight away, if you want to. Okay, and then it will load, and then we have to wait for Games for Windows Live to sign in before we can do anything. Oh, and also, it's unadvisable to attempt to play a multiplayer game where you've got the settings for, altered settings on there. I haven't tested it, I don't really go on the multiplayer side of things. All the changes are designed for single player, so bear that in mind. Yeah, and also there's a txt file called in the directory called version targets. Read that if you want to know about what changes are planned but not yet implemented. And let's go ahead and load a game now and see how it works. Hopefully there's going to be changes in. If not, I've just wasted 10 minutes. I'll have to reload everything. Let's see. Okay, right, so this is in EOS later in the game. I need to find I hate having a zoomed in view. It's one of the first things I change, and I'll add that variable in quite soon because I'm sure there'll be other people like me. Remote chargers. There we are, you see, it's upgraded to that. And we'll have the other weapon as well. So it's proof positive that the changes work from a default file. This was all one take, by the way, so there's nothing in the way. Oh my word, that is... Let's get moving. I'm just going to have a little play around and destroy this bridge up here just for a couple of minutes, because I can usually go up to 15 minutes. And I'm going to do it as fast as I can. Why not? If you go back into YFG tools now and load it, it will load the values automatically. And that's how you use the tool. I was tempted to do that one, but I didn't. Exit and goodbye, it says. And that's that. That is how you use the tool. I'll write up a readme for it and get it out there on the net. Please read the readme before making any comments. I would like to hear bug fixes and suggestions, because that will help improve future versions. And obviously if you read version targets you can see a lot of the other variables that I'm intending to add in due course. So thanks very much for listening, and please give me a personal feedback or opinion on it, because it will really help it improve. If there's something that's niggling in the back of your mind, just pass on a message about it, because if it's in your mind it might be in 1,000 other people's. Oh, I should be so lucky. But anyway, thanks for listening, and do enjoy using the tools. Well, the tool.